He's frustrated at all that since then it's tapered off?
No, I mean, I think the whole offense is not necessarily frustrated, but we all want to be doing better than we are in the run game. Same time, we're 6-1, and I've said it before, we got to do what we got to do to win games. But no, I mean, surely Trey would have liked to have put together more games, more successful games than since that Alabama game. But I'm not worried about him. We had great practice today. The off week was good for us to really, hone in on some things and get better. And the only thing I've talked to Trey about is just get out there and, have fun. Don't think so much. I think maybe our guys are pressing a little bit at the running back position, worried about doing everything exactly right. I'm sure you got to do things right, but at the same time, get out there and go play. And that's what I've talked to Trey about is just relax, have fun, trust what you see, and just run, And I know it sounds simple, but he's had a good couple weeks of practice, and hopefully might take another step.
I know you didn't. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I saw on Twitter today that you talked to Greg Burton about some kind of new recruiting strategy you guys are embarking upon. What did you discuss?
Not
Tell
really.
me exactly what you told him.
Not really. I just talked about new areas. Greg's trying to hype up.
That's how he termed it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, not really. I think the conversation I had with Greg was just getting into some different areas than we've had in the past. Just things we've talked about before. We're still going to recruit the same areas. We're always going to start with Virginia. But I was probably referring more to just Leffler has recruited Pittsburgh before, so we're able to get up in the Western PA. Scott being from Ohio, we were able to get up into that part of the country. Probably was the gist of that conversation. I don't know if it's any new strategy. It's just utilizing new coaches. Aaron Moorhead's from Chicago, played for Indianapolis. He's got Midwest ties. That was more of anything.
When you went back and looked at what wasn't working for the run game, you guys said it was a little bit here, a little bit there, so much block. Is it sort of frustrating as a coach to be like, it's not one thing we can fix, it's across the board?
Well, I think it's all things we can fix. I just think, we've got to each guy's got to be a little bit better. Logan would tell you he's got to be better with his decision making. Offensive line would tell you they've got to be better up front, blocking, running backs. I mean, there's a lot of things we can certainly do better. We got to be better with where we are with our eyes and what we're doing. Perimeter blocking, we spend a lot of time on that. The receivers and the tight ends when they're out there in space, making those blocks. Maybe it may be blocked well up front, then somebody misses a block on the edge and it looks like garbage. And so we spent a lot of time on that. It wasn't anything that we just said, oh my God, we're never going to be able to fix this. How can we get better at this? It was all something we saw we could get better at. We spent a lot of time last week working on perimeter blocking, working on the tailback, quarterback, meshes in the backfield, things like that. And it wasn't anything where you just said, oh my God, we're so far away. It's one of those things that you're intrigued. You're excited because you realize you're close and you just got to keep working. We certainly need to be better than what we are right now, and we all know that.
I know it's not your position group, but you see the offensive line every day. Did they need that bye week more than
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was some of those. It was like looked like we've been in war or the battlefield, out there at practice with some of our guys. I mean, David Wing snapping with his opposite hand because he's so beat up, and different guys that you take a pounding and they're on the offensive line, and we don't have a lot of depth either. That's the other thing. It's not like we got those 5 guys, and then Coach Grimes is working these 5 and these 5. There's not a lot of depth. So those 2 guys are taking a lot of reps in practice. We practice at a fast tempo, so practices are hard. They're not easy for them. We practice physical. That's got to be that's always been our edge at Virginia Tech, is trying to be more physical than other teams. So we practice that way, and that adds up. So you certainly they needed it. We all needed it, but those guys certainly needed it more than anybody.
Is JC 100% now? Or
I think he's the closest he's been. We were watching some video against him with Western Carolina. He looked like me out there running. He had no business being out there, which isn't good. I probably look better than he did against Western Carolina. Georgia Tech, I would say, in my opinion, he may tell you differently, but I think he was probably closer to 75% against Georgia Tech. North Carolina, I think he was probably around 80. Pittsburgh was the first time I really thought he looked like the JC of old. We can talk about the run game all we want. Getting him where he's 100% healthy will, without a doubt, help us. His reps have increased each game. He's shown flashes. He did some good things out there today in practice. 100%, JC Coleman is certainly good for our run game. There's no doubt about it.
Mentally, is he all? You had said that he needed the reps.
Yeah, he's better. He's better. I mean, all our guys. Anytime you put something new in the run game or a new shift or a new formation, it takes some time to hear it. So that's anybody, but he's got it where he knows what we're doing, and if we add something, he's hearing it for the first time, and so are those other guys as well.
Same pace.
Yeah.
Sam, how much